Alright, in this video we're going to look a little bit more at how we interpret solutions to systems. In fact, we're going to go through the entire system solving process on a couple of examples. The first example here, the senior classes at High School A and High School B planned separate trips to the state fair. Senior class at High School A rented and filled 12 vans and 7 buses with 352 students. High School B rented and filled 4 vans and 10 buses with 332 students. Every van carried the same number of students and every bus carried the same number of students. How many students could ride in 2 vans and 4 buses? Alright, so our first goal here is to figure out how many students can ride in 1 van and 1 bus. That's going to be the system that we solve. We're going to use to find that information. And once we've found that information, we take the interpretation step and use that result to figure out how many could ride in 2 vans and 4 buses. So the 2 variables that we're looking for initially here, we're looking for X is going to stand for the number of students in each van. And Y is going to stand for the number of students in each bus. And then we can write the system 12x plus 7y equals 352, and 4x plus 10y equals 332. And since both of these equations are in standard form, I want to use elimination here. And so I want to set this up so that I've got coefficients that are opposites of one another, either the x coefficients and the y coefficient, or the y coefficients. And studying the coefficients that I have here, I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to multiply this whole bottom equation times -3, since that's going to make the x coefficients opposites, and then I don't have to multiply the first equation by anything. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up that way. 12x plus 7y equals 352. And -12x minus 30y equals 332 times -3, -996. Alright, now I'm going to add those 2 equations together. I get -23y is equal to, and that's going to be, make sure I don't make a mistake here, we've got 352 plus -996. It's -644. And then to get the value of y, we're going to divide both sides by -23. So we're going to take the -644, divide by -23. We get that y is equal to 28. And now I want to substitute that back into one of the original equations. To get the value of x, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the first equation. 12x plus 7 times 28 equals 352. 7 times 28 is 196. Subtract 196 from both sides. Again, if you feel like you want to use a calculator to do that, go ahead. We get 156. And then we'll divide both sides by 12. We get x equals 13. And so our system of equations that we have is 13, 28. But now we want to go back and answer the question that we're being asked. How many students could ride in 2 vans and 4 buses? Okay, so 2 vans, 2 times the number of students who ride in a van, which is x, so that's going to be 13, plus 4 times the number that ride in a bus, which is y, that's 28. And we'll go ahead and calculate that out. We've got 2 times 13 plus 4 times 28. And we get 138 students can ride in 2 vans and 4 buses. Alright, next example. The school that Cody goes to is selling tickets to a play. On the first day of ticket sales, the school sold 7 adult tickets and 9 child tickets for a total of $87. The school took in $45 on the second day by selling 5 adult tickets and 3 child tickets. How much would it cost 2 adults and their 3 children to attend the play? So I start by defining my variables. Let's let X be the cost of an adult ticket. And Y will be the cost of a child's ticket. And then we'll write our system. We're going to have one equation based off of this information right here. 7 adult tickets plus 9 child's tickets equals $87. And we'll have another equation based off of this information here. 5 adult tickets and 3 child's tickets gives us $45. And there's our system that we want to solve. And again, this is set up perfectly for elimination. I need to figure out what would be a good thing to multiply one of these equations or both of these equations by to get one of the variables to drop out. After studying the x coefficients and the y coefficients, I think that the best choice is to multiply the second equation here by -3 and leave the first one as is. So we've got 7x plus 9y equals 87. And when we multiply that one by 3, we've got -15x minus 9y equals -135. I'll add those two together. So this -8x equals -48. Divide both sides by -8. We get x equals 6. We'll put 6 back into one of these equations to find the value of y. I'm going to use the second equation because the numbers are a little smaller. And we go ahead and do that to solve for y. We find y equals 5. And so the solution to the system is the ordered pair 6, 5. Now, the last thing we want to do is take that answer and interpret it to find the answer of the question that we're being asked. How much would it cost 2 adults and their 3 children to attend the play? So we want 2 times the cost of an adult ticket. The cost of an adult ticket is X. So that's going to be 6. Plus 3 times the cost of a child's ticket, which is $5. And now we go ahead and calculate that value. We've got 2 times 6 plus 3 times 5. And it's going to be $27 for 2 adults and 3 children to attend the play. All right, that concludes our lesson on interpreting solutions to systems. And that concludes our Unit 3. See you next time. And have a great day.